1, 2, 3. All right. Welcome to episode 1 of the HollyDudes Podcast, where we talk about some movies, some TV, and a little bit of what's going on in our world these days. I'm Steve.
I'm Tim.
Start with a little bit about ourselves. Like I said, I'm Steve Windle. I love movies. I've been watching movies my entire life. I probably watch at least 5 or 6 movies a week. A little bit of streaming TV, a little bit of in the theater, and I don't have any real experience. I'm not a real film critic, and this is just my opinion, and do with it as you please, right? How about you?
I'm Tim. I'm a fan of all things entertainment, mostly movies, some TV, not so much video games, but that's where I default to your opinion on things.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just along for the ride.
World's worst video game player right here. Absolutely. Fun fact, it took me 23 years to beat Ratchet & Clank 2. So any of you out there who have played the Ratchet & Clank series know that that's an accomplishment. I should get like a 10,000 PlayStation points for that.
Did you get a
No, I'm still waiting on the plaque from Insomniac.
Okay.
They haven't
They
got
still
back
a
to me.
company?
I don't know. That's an excellent question.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is Insomniac still a company? I feel like that died a little bit ago.
Insomnia cookies sound pretty good.
Oh my god, Insomnia cookies, man. I have an Insomnia cookie in... Oh, dude, holy shit, it's probably been 10 years. Let's
Insomnia
see.
Games.
Let's see.
It says it is.
Yeah, apparently. Well,
There's
yep,
still a
is.
thing, so
it says is, so they might be alive and kicking, I guess.
Or, at the very least, an award.
Like $10,000 would be cool. You know, if Insomniac wants to sponsor this podcast,
Please.
Anytime,
Please.
Yeah, you could feed my my dog. You could send my dog to college. He really needs an education. So, kind of a fucking idiot. So, it's a little bit of work there. But a little bit of what we're going to do on the podcast is just talk about movies a little bit more in depth. I do quick reviews. Check out the Just the Tip series. If that's all you can fit in your day is just the tip, well, that's okay. We appreciate that. Any little bit goes. So. That's awesome. Today, we are going to look at a couple of movies that we saw over the past 2 weeks. We'll start with Mickey 17. I want to apologize. I know that I had said a few times on the channel that Mickey 17 was going to be coming out last week. Unfortunately, due to one, the theater I went to not being able to show the movie when I went there on Saturday morning, and eventually having to wait till much later in the day to see it, having some issues with not knowing a damn thing about how to edit any of this video or audio, and also working a job.
General logistics.
It just didn't really work out.
Did not work.
So we're going to talk about it this week.
Up for it.
But I didn't feel like pulling an all-nighter for a movie that I felt kind of sucked.
Yeah, I would say that in 2 parts. The first half of the movie I was enjoying. I was along with it, and then as soon as that thing switched, it just started sucking. And I was just counting every scene and just being like, get me out of here. Every time they would advance a plot, I'm like, stop. Just end the movie.
We'll get into a little bit more of the whole plot here in just a minute. Mickey 17, written and directed by Bong Joon. It's based on Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton. Stars Robert Pattinson as the Mickeys, Naomi Ackie as Nasha, Stephen Yeun as Mickey's buddy Timu, Mark Ruffalo as the megalomaniac archetype Kenneth Marshall. I've got a lot to say about him. And Toni Collette as his wife, Ilfa Marshall. Let's get into it, man. So, it opens with Mickey in the cave from the trailer.
No, he's in the cave, he's trapped, needs to get out, and it does a good job of setting up the world that they're on, the planet that they're exploring.
I did think the audio was fantastic.
Yes.
It was the first note I made on it was, wow, this sounds great, and I feel like I'm here.
Yes.
You know?
So world building itself was very, very good. And then...
Yep. Did you appreciate the entire movie was some shade of gray or sepia tone?
I did not notice. Did not notice. Did not care.
Oh my god.
Did not care.
Oh. The snow scenes I really liked, but I felt like that was all they can do, and I felt like I was watching Snowpiercer the movie, but we got Robert Pattinson to play a goofy guy instead. We made it a comedy.
Robert Pattinson was great as a goofy guy. He was great as a serious guy too. No spoilers, but he plays multiple Mickeys, as you know from the title. So, Robert Pattinson put in a hell of a performance. I mean, that's all you know.
It's a given. Everything since
to.
Twilight has been incredible.
Even Twilight.
It gets better and better. I mean,
the material.
The man given his best try, just like Harry Potter. Yeah, sure, but there's not a lot there to begin with, really. So.
No substance, and that's unfortunately Mickey 17's biggest flaw is substance. What are they doing with the characters? Nothing is being driven forward by character. It's all, well, what if we did this? What if we try this? And they would half-ass the scene or plot, and then, bam, cuts right to the next one. There's no smooth transition. There's no logical steps between the scenes. It all just happens to happen.
Sure. It's one of those, I've got 14 pages of plot points of things happening. Do any of them really mean anything?
Right. And so which version of the movie ended up getting cut on the editing room floor, Right. I'd be curious
to see if, knowing what Bong Joon-ho has put out before, which I do want to talk about the comparison to Parasite with this one.
Yes.
But seeing the quality of the art that he puts out, and seeing this that felt much more like a watered down commercial movie where am I kind of sort of entertaining this? I mean, yeah, sure, but what I came here for was Bong Joon-ho. I didn't come here for an alright sci-fi movie that I could probably find on a streaming service.
Hard to call it a sci-fi even. It was just a sort of ill-contrived action comedy, which we've seen more of.
We have seen.
We've seen
a lot more of terrible action comedies.
But yeah, I feel like the sci-fi aspect of it, they just sort of dropped it about halfway through, and then tried picking up a different sort of thing with the I don't know. Are we getting into spoilers?
Oh, we can get into spoilers. If you haven't seen it and you don't want to be spoiled, it's been 2 weeks. This movie has bombed. It has absolutely tanked. It's not going to make a bunch of money. Go see it if you want to support it. That's
VOD
awesome.
In a few weeks.
But I don't think. I don't think spoiling this is going to ruin anybody's day.
Yeah. I'm doing you a favor by giving you plot points right now.
Save your money.
Yeah.
Tickets are
absolutely. Do not pay to see this.
Support excellent works of art. So
go buy popcorn. On the next support your local theater.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The alien creatures. How did you feel about their design and execution?
I mean the pill bugs with tentacles.
Yeah, the roly-polies.
Yeah. Well, I could see that there was some non-American influence in that design. I've seen an anime or maybe the darker internet version of before.
Yeah.
So it was fine. Why is it gray? Everything is gray in this movie.
Was gray. You're right.
Yeah.
Especially and so the last act of the movie essentially all takes place between the cold snow, in which everyone is just sort of running around in circles, and a very, very poorly put together room that is made to look like a some sort of furnace set.
I kind of
it only comes up for this one scene. I feel like it was a rewrite.
This was like a fan-made Star Wars movie or Star Trek scene, maybe, sort of thing.
And the whole time the alien creatures did absolutely nothing. I mean, nothing.
Yeah.
There was no threat because they set them up from the very beginning as not a threatening creature or intimidating in any way.
No.
They were clearly meant to be the peaceful, intelligent
They're
creatures.
like the prey animal.
Right.
You know? It's like if a rabbit came up to you and said, "Hey, buddy,
so when
they're not messing with me, I'm gonna bite your Achilles off like a carrot."
Yeah.
That might happen.
Let
might
me
happen.
run over there. Stay still. Yeah.
You know.
They provided zero threat at all. So when they're trying to set this up as, oh, you're surrounded, well, obviously they're going to go outside and reason with them. You know, and there was never any doubt in my head that that is how the movie was going to end. And so every scene leading up to it was just such a drag. The entertaining bits that they did have were all over and done with about halfway through the movie. After that, stand up, walk out.
Or is that there was a lot of watch checking for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
You know, thankfully, because of all of the foolery with the digital key not working and me having to come back to the theater to see this later, the management was kind enough to give me a courtesy pass. And you may have seen that on the channel, and I actually got to watch it in the theater all by myself. And I was still checking my watch, pretty uncomfortable. A couple hours into this thing, right? So, tell me, what do you think that this is even in the same ballpark or classification as a movie like Parasite?
Absolutely not. No way.
No.
Bong Joon-ho phoned it in, both as a writer and as a director on this one. I
hate to say that. I agree, but I hate to say that because I really do like what he's done.
I'm a fan of his
film.
work, but it's true. He phoned it in. He did not care, and it shows. I mean, what a mess of a movie that was by the end of it, to where the ending scenes alone, they start throwing more stuff at you of, oh, well, maybe we're going to go like this, maybe we're going to do that. It's like, you got to stop. With Parasite, he did basically the same setup, to where the first half leads you to believe it's going to be one thing, and then there's that split, right? When he goes up the stairs, when the husband goes up the stairs and you realize, oh, this is a different type of movie.
Yep.
But where Parasite did that well is that the audience was already along for the ride, whereas when the split happens in Mickey 17, I feel like a lot of people were still on edge. You know, I'm like, I need to be sold more before you can, pull the rug out from underneath me.
Right. And I feel like I'm watching Parasite, as a piece of art, and art carries some kind of meaning, right? That's why we appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching Mickey 17 and I'm waiting for that to come. Okay, what's that thing that I'm gonna come away from this, enlightened about, right? And that I felt like that didn't come, and it was kind of like, well, here's your heavy-handed, message thing at the end,
capitalism,
right? Yeah. Well, okay. And so you say that, right? And I totally get that. Obviously, there's the whole Donald Trump metaphors and the late-stage capitalism.
Very obvious.
Right. But there's also what nobody talks about is the whole grief metaphor. I mean, he's dealing the entire movie. He's talking about dealing with the fact that he blames himself for the death of his mother, and so he is essentially punishing himself. This is a form of infinite masochism where I'm just going to allow myself to die a heinous death over and over and over again because I feel I deserved it because I killed the person that I love, right? So, and then you get to the very end and he's, oh, well, okay, I guess I'm going to move forward and everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, you just fed me all this anti-capitalist stuff, and then you just ham-fed me this message about grief. Well, but why did I spend 2 hours here if you were just going to tell me something? Just straight out blatantly,
And not even tell it earnestly, because every scene had to incorporate someone as a punchline, whether it was Mickey or Mickey's girlfriend, or Marshall.
I loved Mickey's girlfriend. I loved Mickey's girlfriend. Nasha was awesome. I think Naomi Ackie gave the most surprising standout performance of this entire thing. So what got me with her is because I can tell maybe that you don't agree with me, and that's fine. But I really enjoyed the believability of the wild, volatile swings that her character made. She did not phone that part in. It was pretty believable when she goes from happy and smiling to, I'm gonna pull the gun out and start a riot. I really enjoyed that. She was probably my favorite bit of comedic relief and supporting character through the film.
I'll give you that.
I never really understood the 17 and 18 split personality dynamic. It seemed like quite a deviation, as well as the final heroic sacrifice that has been done 1,000 times in trope over and over and over again.
At all.
Not set up whatsoever. Just a hard left turn of character made little to no sense.
It didn't give his character any growth either.
No.
It just, you're assuming he's doing it for selfish reasons regardless of...
And you're also operating under the assumption the entire time, that all these previous deaths, he knows.
Right.
Well, they're just going to print me out, It's going to be fine. And 18, obviously, at that point knows, no, they're not going to reprint me.
Right.
And just, let me, blow myself up here out of nowhere. Yeah.
Right.
Didn't do it for me.
Or not my cup of tea.
No.
Not my cup of tea.
I think Bong Joon-ho should probably stick to the things like Parasite. What was the... I've seen it. The one he made earlier where there's that
Okja?
creature. But Okja was really good. No, I'm thinking of the one what was before that.
The Host?
With The Host. Yes. That's why I couldn't remember it, because it's the one with the really generic name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not Parasite, The Host.
Right.
The other part.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think that maybe stay in your lane with those things. What do you? And I'm not saying that he can't make more Americanized or standardized
but
films.
He shouldn't.
It's just, he shouldn't. He's an incredible artist who can make these fantastic things in his own
Quit selling out.
field. Yes.
If you're going to make a critique of capitalism, don't immediately sell out. Don't be that guy.
Don't be Fallout Bong.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Just hypocritical.
Oh man. Yeah, so I don't think that's going to get a sequel. It completely shit the bed at the box office.
Who would be asking for a sequel regardless?
Me, if it was good.
I'd
take Parasite too.
What more are you going to do with the concept that they didn't do in the first 30 minutes?
There is that. There is that. Clones.
Yeah.
Clones, man.
Clone
Wars.
Wars.
There's clones everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
They could do Clone Wars.
Clone Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson. How
Might
many
as well
different
tie it in
accents
with
can
the
Robert
design.
Pattinson do in this movie to kill himself?
Like to see Robert Pattinson as a Gungan.
Yeah, as a
That'd be
Gungan.
fine.
I would like, if we're gonna do this, I want to see all of them fight Neil from Tenet.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see Edward Cullen and Neil.
I want to see
Like
the guy
an
from
inverted
Rover.
Neil against an Edward Cullen.
Totally inverted fight
Yeah.
between only clones of Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I love it.
All right.
Yeah, I think it would
up.
save cinema.
Sign me up.
All right. So, what about the obvious Trump Billy Graham allegory from Mark Ruffalo here? How did you like Mr. Ruffalo's performance?
Chewing scenery like a
physically chewing
yeah.
the scenery. Did you see those gigantic chompers
on him? Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Man, they probably killed 4 elephants just for the ivory to make those
I think
fake
they just
teeth.
used whiteout. They must have just
dip his teeth in it every day.
Yeah. Just plastidip teeth.
Oh, it was rough. I'm getting it's getting old that every attempt at a political character or political comedy in 2024, 2025 has to be, well, this is Donald Trump. You guys know there were, what was it, 40 42 other presidents, I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I believe there's 42. If you count, well, no,
he's
you'd have
45
to count,
and 47.
I'm counting president. Well, yeah, but so was Roosevelt. Served multiple terms.
They were consecutive though, right? I don't know. This isn't a political.
I don't know. This is obviously, I'm not a political science major. I don't know anything about anything, and you should take these opinions with a grain of salt. So, but it's very old. It's very old. It's very tired for me. This horse is so dead.
It's cheap.
This dead, beaten horse is turning into a red sidewalk. I think I'm going to pave my driveway with this beaten horse at this point.
Well, when we talk about delays with us uploading our opinions on this, let's talk about the delays in the movie. This thing was originally supposed to be released in 2022?
There is that.
It's been 3 years. No wonder the jokes didn't hit. They're all stale.
No wonder Robert Pattinson is so young and dashing. Oh, man.
Yeah. Best part of the movie, just staring at Robert Pattinson's face.
I could. Yeah. My poor wife. I would run away in a heartbeat. Man, an outstanding specimen.
Robert, if you're watching this, email him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. So what about another movie that we saw this weekend? A little bit more current release.
I'm trying to forget all about Novocaine. That put me to sleep.
Yes. I definitely went home and shot some Novocaine into my eyeballs, into my skull after having to watch that one. So Novocaine, directed by Dan Burke and Robert Olson. They did Body, Significant Other, and they did Villains with Bill Skarsgård, Mike Monroe.
Any of their work?
Man. So I haven't seen Body and I haven't seen Significant Other, but I did really enjoy Villains. I recommend, checking that one out. That's another, it's a pretty quick, short one.
I wish this one was short.
I won't spoil that because I actually recommend that you go see that thing.
Yeah.
It's probably available on streaming. If you got 90 minutes, check it out.
Yeah.
Written by Lars Jacobson, it stars Jack Quaid, Amber Midthunder, and a little bit of a guest role by Jack Batalon. You might know him as the short, fat Asian kid.
The guy in the chair.
Yeah, the guy in the chair.
Spider-Man.
Right, what he said. Yeah, that's probably less offensive. Yeah.
The guy in the chair.
Yeah, he's the guy in the chair for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The Spider-Man that showed his butthole in the movie. But, yeah. So, what did we, man...
Fuck this movie.
Yeah, fuck this movie. Yeah, I don't really have
It was not enjoyable.
No.
The dynamic between the two directors must have been horrible because you cannot tell that this was a cohesive movie at all. It was shooting between trying to be an action comedy and trying to be a gross out body horror.
Right.
There was no consistency in the storytelling or character development, nothing.
No. Why am I watching this movie that we're prolonging these body horror scenes to? Our entire theater was groaning by the end of this thing because it's repetitive and they're really playing on his condition here. So, SEPA. It's like a general inability to feel pain, something like that. Yeah. Anyway, so this thing, right? So Jack Quaid plays a dorky little man.
He's an assistant bank manager.
Yes.
He's an assistant bank manager.
An assistant bank manager with tennis balls on his desk because otherwise he's gonna kill himself by walking in or through his desk. Because, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the trailer, he can't feel pain.
Don't even bother watching the trailer. Don't give this movie any time.
No.
Don't.
No. I know a lot of people like it, and I'm sure that a lot of people would be able to go out and enjoy this thing and turn their brain off, and if you're into Cronenberg-esque body horror, then right on, that might be something you like.
Parody of Deadpool,
sort
of. I don't know what they were going for with the action.
don't care that these people couldn't write a cop like they'd ever met one in their entire life. Wow. Yeah, that hurt me throughout the movie. The entire police force is like the most
two
inept
detectives who don't care.
No.
Just do not care.
No.
Anything.
I understand that this is like a movie made for maybe like LA people who, are going to enjoy this thing.
It took place in San Diego, but it could have taken place anywhere. They could have made up a fictional city. None of it mattered at all where it was happening.
Except for the fact that like everybody on screen pretended that they were some kind of dead-eyed, low IQ idiot who had not the faintest ability to do their job, with the exception of Jack Quaid.
Yeah. And Jack Quaid somehow is able to escape an entire city's police force for, what had to have been a
man who obviously has, going off the context, right, would have zero experience with firearms or physical fights or weaponry.
Intensive sort of scenarios at all, any sort of difficulty. They set it up to where he is on a date with Amber Midthunder's character, and he explains to her that he was heavily sheltered for his whole life. So basically taking Bubble Boy and turning him into an action hero just like that, instantly, I did not buy a moment of it.
Or you don't think that this scrawny little man is what about his crow tattoos?
Oh yeah, he came straight. I think they shared a set with Bill Skarsgård's The Crow, because half the action in this movie was all in slow motion, but unnecessary slow motion. None of it did anything.
No.
Visually or story-wise. It was just gratuitous. That's a word I'd use for both the violence and the slow motion was gratuitous.
Oh my god.
It was roughly cut together. I feel like it would do well being aired extremely edited on FX or TNT, one of those channels, when they're done with a 2-day marathon of Step Brothers and Nobody. You would get Novocaine played 6 times in a row, on a Thursday. That's what it was made for.
Yeah.
It was not made to be enjoyed by theater goers.
No. Maybe if it wasn't for all the body horror, this totally would be one of those USA TNT pieces of junk that just play over and over.
But they could cut that out.
Again.
They would make it a more enjoyable cut of the movie. Because
but how do you kill the bad guy at the end if you don't baraka him with your own broken arm?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
They could cut to commercials. I don't think anyone would care.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would care.
It was... No. None of this really worked for me. The main character barely worked for me. The plot didn't work for me. The love interest didn't work for me at all. It didn't really make any sense. It made sense that okay, this little bubble boy of a man, right, is gonna somehow end up with kind of alternative girl. Okay, sure, right. Okay, maybe, but
because he says her art is pretty.
Her art is pretty. Yeah. Her art of what was it body parts and stuff? Yeah. Or under boob art.
It was under boob art.
That's fantastic. I also appreciate under boob art. That's
I could tell you've got it all over.
Oh, right. Absolutely. So, yeah. What do you think? Is it going to get a sequel?
I hope not.
No?
If it does, straight to Netflix, maybe?
Oh, man. What about Amazon
Netflix,
Prime?
They
could release it with The Boys Season 8 or whatever.
Paramount Plus, Max.
Yep.
HBO Max, they would have cut the movie before it was even being filmed.
Oh, sure.
They would have, yeah.
And I think it probably wouldn't have made it. But again, a lot of people do like this, so maybe our fellow public is just more able to see past that. I'm sure they are. If that's your thing, if you're...
Let us know. Prove us wrong.
Yeah, if you completely disagree, feel free to
Yeah.
leave that in the comments below. I'd be happy to talk about that. I just feel that my money definitely should have been spent somewhere else.
Yes.
So
That was $30 I'm not getting back.
No, never gonna happen again. So, what do you think about the end with the full body cast after? They never mentioned anything about all the bacterial infections that he most certainly would have died from.
Stuck a hand in a deep fryer.
Yeah,
and was still able to use it with no dexterity issues.
The spiked ball that went through his back and was stuck in his back.
His spine, you mean?
Probably in his spine. Yeah,
well,
surprisingly, he's never just not able to walk.
Yeah.
No, your body doesn't go into shock.
He takes probably no fewer than 60 punches directly to the head.
Oh yeah,
and feels nothing. Doesn't get knocked unconscious.
Gets shot, gets stabbed, gets impaled.
Yeah. Nothing ever slows him down. That's the thing about the guy, is that he may look like he weighs about 110 pounds soaking wet, but he's actually made of pure concrete.
Apparently.
Nothing hurts him.
No. And apparently his already broken bones are strong enough to pierce skulls. And I don't think anyone that worked on this movie either met a police officer, spoke to a medical professional,
watched a true crime documentary,
has
had any sort of hardship in life.
It's a TikTok movie.
Yeah, it is very much a TikTok movie.
Yeah.
This movie was made for 3 or 4 action shots, which didn't even pay off. They wrote the script completely around that and then realized, hey, wouldn't someone call the cops?
And we had an idea, we made a trailer, and then we tried to make a movie around it.
Yeah. It did not work.
So all these things have to happen, but we don't have a logical way to get them there. But that's okay.
But it did have a logical way to get everyone at the climax.
Oh, sure.
Just have them all get in the same car.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Everyone just drive
everybody
together.
Just get in the same car.
Drive together. Save yourselves.
Yeah. No, this was a tremendous waste of my time.
Yeah.
And having it been a double feature day for me, I
lucked out.
I did luck out. I was able to see a much better movie in the morning, but having that be the second half of an already long day, I was not especially thrilled about it. And then trying to film just the tip afterwards, so I ended up going to we saw Novocaine together.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the theater that we went to did not have any promotional material for me to film a just the tip in front of, So I live quite far away from where Tim is, right? So on my way home from the theater, I passed through maybe a dozen towns or so, and I actually stopped at several different theaters on my way home, and not a one of them had a accessible promotion material for Novocaine. So if you saw just the tip, that's why we're shooting in the house
immediately
today.
After.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what a mess! What a mess of a movie. I really hope it never happens again. And Jack Quaid, if you're watching, I hope that, and I hope your career goes great. But
he's churning out a lot of movies.
He's doing a lot of stuff. He's doing a lot of fantastic stuff. Yeah. I think he does some great work, but stay away from these people. He did a fine job. Jack, stay away from these people. Yeah. You deserve better.
Don't answer their calls.
Don't answer their phone calls anymore, Jack. Don't do it.
Don't answer their calls.
Don't do it. Yeah, just stick with the boys. You're doing a good thing.
Yeah.
You're doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of that. Oh, man. Yeah, Novocaine. So, I think you should skip that one.
Yep.
Try again. Right?
So, what did you see before?
So before I saw Novocaine, I was able to go see Black Bag. Black Bag is a little bit of a spy thriller in much a blend of something I would have expected from the spy movies of the 70s and 80s, and you dropped, millennials and Gen Zs straight into that, and like how would they maybe respond to some of those things, right? That is a fantastic movie. The way I describe it there does not quite describe the plot. This focuses around a couple of spies played by Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett. Yeah, Cate Blanchett. Thank you. Who I'm not going to spoil any of this. This is all available in what trailer material there is for it. There are a couple of spies. Things go awry.
90 minutes to figure it out.
It's 90 minutes long.
Yep.
It's awesome. I definitely recommend you go check it out. It's some of the editing was a little wonky, and I didn't care for the performance of a couple of the supporting characters, but I do think Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett, they're just kind of doing their thing. It's not the sort of quality performance you get in The Killer or in The Agency for Michael Fassbender, but if you have 90 minutes, go check that movie out. Really do. And if you do want me to talk about it more, maybe I'll do a more in-depth analysis in here, leave it down in the comments. If enough people want to see that, I will definitely make it.
I'll get around to watching that this week. So
when you do, maybe we'll
looking forward to it.
We'll come back to it if Tim gets a chance to see it. Maybe on the next episode we'll come back and follow up a little bit. Yep. But oh man, spy movies are back, baby. Spy movies are back. I can't wait. Oh, it was so good, so good. Directed by Sorensen. I have it written in my notes. Soderbergh. Yes. Directed by Soderbergh. Yeah. Yes. Please go check this movie out. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Trailers we saw this week, Tim. I got to see Jurassic something. Who gives a shit? Why are we still making these movies?
Why are you bringing your kids to Dinosaur Island? Stop it.
I'm done with this.
Stop bringing your kids there. Why? Why can't we just have a movie about dinosaurs? Right?
Sure.
Why do we need to evolve? Now the dinosaur is going to slowly creep up on them.
I would watch a 2.5, 3 hour feature-length, cinematic quality documentary on some dinosaurs, man. Give me David Attenborough to narrate it. Give me some Morgan Freeman. I'm in.
I'm pretty sure.
I'll even take narrated by Shane Gillis or Bill Burr. I don't give a shit.
Just give me dinosaurs.
Just give me the dinosaurs. I don't want any of this human crap.
Put it with the rest of it. Yeah. Yeah. Or if you do...
I'm sorry, Scarlett Johansson, but I just don't care. I just don't care.
If you're going to include humans, show the kills.
Yeah. Show me that. Show me that guy getting ripped in half. You know what I miss is the sort of kills you got in... what's the second one?
Lost World.
With Jeff Goldblum.
Yes,
when that man gets ripped in half by those two T-Rexes. Oh, that traumatized me as a kid, but now I'm like, oh, look at that.
Still holds up, too.
Yes, it
still holds up.
And you know what? They don't linger on it for 15 seconds like it's Novocaine.
Well, trailers were different back then.
So. They didn't show every fiber of that man's being ripped and fired. But I'm probably not looking forward to that one. I'm sure it'll make $1 billion. They usually do. Yeah. And I'm sure we'll see a lot more of those.
We'll have to watch it.
We'll have to keep watching them probably for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Dude, The Ballast of Wallace Island, that played while we were at Novocaine. It also played during my black bag. It did.
Which one is that?
It's that much of a nothing, right? That's the the little movie from I believe it takes place in the UK. I could be wrong. I mean, people correct me about that, but it's about the two singers that the guy goes to that retreat or whatever, and he's hanging out with the other dude, and he's like, "Oh,
That's
our
right.
band separated or
That's
whatever."
right.
And
Yes.
then Kira Sedgwick comes in, and it's like, "We don't make music anymore, but we should." So
Getting the band back together. You've
yeah,
seen this.
I've seen this. I'm sure. I don't know if this is early Oscar bait or what they're trying to do, but apparently they could only afford
They just
one
dumped it off
recognizable
now.
name on the cast
Yeah.
list. So we'll see what that thing is when we get a little bit closer to it. I saw A Hell of a Summer was advertised in my black bag. It's got the kid from Stranger Things. One of them.
They're all kids.
They are all. They're all whack.
Well, now they're not.
Finn Wolfhard, I think
30.
is. I think it's Finn Wolfhard.
Okay.
That's the one. He's like the scrawny one with like the curly black hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah, Finn Wolfhard. That kid. Yeah. I don't know.
He had a hell of a summer.
Apparently, he does have a hell of a summer.
Sure.
Does have a
Good
hell of
for
a summer.
him.
The best summer, some might say.
Oh, wow.
Huge summer.
I don't know about that.
Oh man.
I've had some good
summers. Wait.
Okay.
Slap a tariff on that summer if you don't like it. Man. Yeah. We'll see. It seems like kind of a kid slasher flick sort of thing. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't really. I wasn't a big Stranger Things guy, so
Yeah.
we'll see. Maybe it's great, or maybe it's more campy horror stuff. Seems to be making a comeback.
Good for him to get some work, though. I mean, it's the last season of Stranger Things coming out, so he's gonna need income. You know,
Something.
I'm sure his agents took everything he made as a kid.
Oh yeah, no, that's long gone.
Coogan's
long
Law
gone.
doesn't cover
No,
Netflix.
no. That is long gone. I'm sure his parents already spent that money. Poor kid. Yeah, but no, the slasher is making a comeback because then I also saw a trailer for Until Dawn.
Yes.
Some timey-wimey wibbly bullshit on no budget, and what do you think about that trailer? Yeah,
I know you don't particularly like horror.
It's not that I don't like horror. I just don't like crap horror. I don't like horror just for the sake of being horror.
This one reminds me a lot of Happy Death Day, except I feel like it's not going to have the comedy out there. I didn't play the video game. I'm not a gamer.
I didn't even know it was. Oh yeah, I guess it was a video game, wasn't it? Yeah, like back in the 2010s or something like that.
Because I went to watch the trailer online and everyone's talking about how disappointed they are, and I'm like, I thought it looked alright.
I didn't play the game, so I don't have that part to disappoint me. But I did watch a trailer that did absolutely nothing to spark my interest. So
I'm in. Sign me
Tim's
up.
in.
Player one.
So Tim's gonna do that one.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna
skip it.
Flirt with the manager at the theater or something. Spend my time more wisely.
Spin on a bar stool somewhere.
Go drink beers and disappear from the movie 20 minutes in, like I did to my wife when we first met. Yeah. Fantastic story. We the three of us went to see Ant-Man and the Wasp. Was it the three of us, I think?
No, it was only you two.
No, yeah, maybe it was. Yeah, so I took my wife to go see Ant-Man and the Wasp, like right when we started dating. So she was not my wife yet. And this was maybe like the second movie I brought her to. And I get up about like 20, 30 minutes in to get a beer because the theater we were at happens to have a bar and all that, right? And I sit down and these two bartenders are there and they happen to be debating whether Casino is a better movie than Goodfellas.
So you can't just walk away from that.
No, you can't walk away from that.
You can't walk away from that.
No.
That's bait.
No, so needless to say, the movie ended, and I was still at that bar drinking, and about 4 or 5 beers later with those bartenders, and my now wife thankfully did not leave me after that, although she did think that I left her, and still hasn't really forgiven me for it to this day. But yeah, no, she didn't leave after that one. After I missed most of that movie,
haven't we all done that though?
Maybe.
Haven't we all?
Yeah.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them too.
Yeah.
The Curse of Grindelwald, something. I want to forget that movie.
Oh
that
God,
was rough.
Yeah, that was pretty rough. It was pretty bad. Yeah.
Drop. Also looks pretty.
You mean phone booth
too?
in a what is it? What are they in? Like a
They're in a restaurant,
high-rise
like
restaurant
yeah.
or some kind of thing?
Like not even a rooftop.
Yeah, some kind of, executive suite restaurant sort of thing. Yeah, if you've seen the movie Phone Booth or The Cell, that's another one.
Yeah.
Or Cellular. That's also another one. Red Eye. Yeah, these are all the same movie.
Yeah.
This is that, but with actors I don't recognize.
Very cheap. Every shot of a phone.
Why did an AI write this movie?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Who programmed the AI to write this movie?
Was it Grok?
They need to be.
Was it you, Grok? Did you write that movie? Did you write that bad script that I'm going to have to watch for this channel? Why would you do that?
You can skip that one. I'm skipping that one.
What?
I'll let you suffer.
No.
You're making me go and see Until Dawn.
Oh, you're going to have to go see Snow White then.
Oh.
That's all you. That's all you.
I don't think so.
You do the whole job on Snow White.
I don't know about that. We'll do rock, paper, scissors on that. But,
oh, no. Yeah. If I'm going down, you're coming with me. It's happening. It's happening. Yeah, no, the snow will probably not be very white after that one. After I blow my brains out,
I think that snow is melting.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be pretty rough.
Yeah,
pretty rough. We got a new Thunderbolts trailer.
We did.
And all this junk.
Yeah, throwing A24 in your face,
dude.
for 90 seconds.
For real. Here's a 90-second quick cut A24 style
Midsummer.
cut.
Everything everywhere all at once.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was interesting. What do you think? So they Captain Americaning this trailer where we're gonna cut it with different vibes every time.
I mean,
do you think they have the same level of confidence in this that they did in Brave New
It's not
Turd?
a Suicide Squad sort of situation,
Oh.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping it's actually decent, like the
I
second
had hope.
Suicide Squad. I'm gonna watch it, of course.
The recut worries me because I saw what happened with Captain America.
Yes.
Okay, you kept recutting this, and then you released something that you probably shouldn't have. And then I was pretty excited for this, and now they're rapidly recutting this trailer. And
again, that could just be promotional material, and
or it could be Disney doing Disney things.
I mean, yeah, it's a mouse.
Is this Bob Golden Century dude? Spoiler for you, like non-comic book people. Is he gonna save the day, or who's gonna die? Which one do you think's gonna get whacked? I don't think they're all making it out of this.
It's funny because they had him as a focal point in the very first teaser or trailer that they released.
Mm-hmm.
They introduced Bob, and since then we've seen nothing of him.
Right.
So I don't know. Are they shifting away from exposing people to too much too quickly? I feel like they should. I don't want to see too much of Fantastic Four before sitting down in the theater and seeing Fantastic Four. The AI stuff that they released for that already has me a little worried. Disney not paying artists and using AI generated images for, teasing their products, not a very good sign. But I'm still going to avoid going forward just any Disney trailers that come out. If I see them in theater, fine. I'm already strapped in. I bought my ticket. I'm gonna watch it.
I smoke the Disney trailer crack. I definitely do.
I can't get on.
I definitely do, man. I'm a junkie for the Disney Marvel product trailers. I need it. I need to know what you people are doing. I need to see it.
Just say no.
I need more.
Just say no.
Stop it. I refuse this intervention. Save us. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My dog's middle name is Ronald Reagan.
Really?
Yeah. Jasper Ronald Reagan. Yeah. Because when we got him, he kept knocking over my weed. So it was like, obviously you don't like drugs. So, Ronald Reagan.
That's why I like him.
That is, yes, Mr. This clean and serene guy over here. Absolutely. Yeah. What else? What else did we get? Did we get anything good? Is our movies gonna die? Is this the death of cinema?
The Surfer with Nicolas Cage.
I can't. That's all you, man. That's all you.
Very Nicolas
Cage trip Australian thing. I don't
It looks very Nick Cage.
What if Mandy but a beach?
Yes, that's it. What if we show his son twice and then never again?
You think he's gonna get? You think he's gonna bite the dust like pretty close in this movie?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, what's gonna drive someone off the deep end faster?
I don't know. Maybe that kid cost so much money. They spent all the money on Nick Cage.
Yeah.
And a couple of supporting bad guys.
Yeah, he got a nice vacation out of this.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he really
I'll
did.
say that much. I'm still.
Is he still paying off all that divorce monies, or do you think he finally got his situation figured out?
I don't know. What assets does he still have other than a castle in New Orleans?
He's probably got that wax statue.
he keeps that in his closet, all right? He keeps that.
Right.
That's for himself. That's for no one else's personal pleasure.
That's for special times.
Yeah. That's, I mean, Nick Cage, wild character, playing a wild character. I mean, it's gonna be goofy. I might hate it. I might love it. I loved the movie Pig that he did a few years ago.
Pig was pretty good.
He was very toned down. He was over the top for about one scene.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
No,
I guess you know. Well, I'll leave that to you.
We'll see.
You know, we'll see. We'll see. If you watch Snow White, maybe I'll let you go see the movie. But no, I mean, in all seriousness, though, I mean, Nick Cage, amazing actor. Do you think he has romantic relations with that wax statue himself?
He could.
Good.
And you know what?
I mean, you could if you mess it up, you could always just like take a lighter and kind of warm it up and you know, like wipe out those fingerprints.
Is it machine washable?
You know, if the butt gets flattened, you know, you can
just
reshape
mold it
from,
back.
You know, exactly. Yeah. You
Pop
push
down
it
to
in
the
and
craft
hold it
store.
back, right?
Pop down to the craft store. You could make him a little bit taller. Why not?
Well, sure.
I don't know what Nick Cage is into, but
I bet it's free.
Yeah,
I bet it's free.
Yeah.
I've
A wax
seen
statue
a lot of Nick Cage
seems
movies.
right up his alley.
Oh, for sure.
He's probably been right up that alley. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah. You think Death of a Unicorn is going to be anything?
Think it'll be forgotten.
I don't think we'll remember that it came out this year by the end of this year.
Yeah,
there is that.
Who's directing?
There's a lot of that, though. I mean, you can say that about most of this.
Well, we're coming off of two pretty drawn out strikes between the Writers Guild and then the actors, so quality is probably not going to be great.
Probably not. No.
What's his name is in it? The Eyebrow Kid is in it.
Eyebrow Kid.
Who's in We're the Millers?
Oh,
He's,
yes. Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Oh, man. Who plays Adam Warlock? That's a fantastic question. Who plays Adam Warlock? Will Poulter. Yeah, Will Poulter. Yes.
Will Poulter looks, I've enjoyed him in most of the stuff he's done, so he's in this one. I don't know. Paul Rudd, every once in a while, he'll just phone it in. So I feel like this might be one of them, especially with Jenna Ortega in there.
Sure.
I feel like he's just going to phone it in. So this looks like a rejected Ghostbusters 5 script.
Or is this somebody's passion project or something? I haven't done any research on it yet. Yeah. I'm kind of interested to do some of that to figure out what is this, right? You know, because I don't. So far, I mean, it looks like a fun, campy horror, but
is it a horror though?
Kinda.
It's just straight up comedy.
Well, you get the scene where like the unicorn monster or whatever is like gonna eat. Jenna Ortega.
Okay. Well.
Is that horrifying?
She's top bill.
What? So you think he's gonna eat Paul Rudd instead?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
If I'm right on that, if the unicorn eats Paul Rudd, what will we do? We'll have to make a bet out of that.
I'll have to go see the server.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that. If the unicorn eats Paul Rudd, you have to go see the server.
If Jenna Ortega, well, no, because she's definitely going to live with this.
She's going to live.
Yeah, so like I'm screwed because that's definitely how it's going to happen. So, yeah. Okay, I'll make that bet though. Yeah, which one comes out first? Do we know?
I do not.
Is that a silly bet?
Yeah, it might be.
That's probably a silly bet.
Well, I don't think too much is coming out lately, so everything's going to be sitting in theaters anyway. Nothing's turning a massive profit and kicking out the rest of the movies.
I don't know. I thought I had a note on Death of a Unicorn, but maybe not. Well, we'll see it when it gets here. Week. It'll show up at some point.
Yeah.
Working Man, Jason Statham.
I thought it was Beekeeper 2.
I thought it was Mechanic 3. They're all the same.
Are we still going to enjoy
it? Yes.
Yes.
Oh, man. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, they're all the same. They're all junk, but that's the kind of movie that I could turn my brain off and just kind of say, okay, sure.
Yeah.
You know?
As long as he doesn't have an intolerance to pain, That's,
yeah.
As long as they don't call him Novocaine at all.
Right. I wasn't big on the Crank series,
I only watched the second one.
Oh, you watched the bad one?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So
it's only the first one.
Okay.
The first one is the only good one.
I got those two switched around, so.
Yeah. No, they're pretty rough, man.
Yeah.
They're pretty rough. Yeah, I bet you this one gets you pretty hot. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
Yes. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big.
I'm a big cruise fanatic, so yeah, I'm ready. I've been ready. So you might. Did we talk about the last one at all? I don't know if we saw the last one again.
I did. I saw it.
We
did see it. We did see it. Yeah, we saw it.
So
we saw it at Imagine, and it was hot as fuck.
Yes.
Yes.
It was like 90 degrees.
Yes, and we walked outside and we couldn't see because we just sat in the movie for 2.5 hours and it was blindingly bright outside.
Yes.
And I didn't have sunglasses, so I was literally like crying in my
sweating,
car afterwards.
Sweating in the theater. Those leather recliners did us no favors.
Yes.
I was sticking to it. It was... Yeah, that might have colored my judgment on the movie a little bit because I did not care for Dead Reckoning Part 1.
No. I really enjoyed it for some of the like photography in it.
Yes,
was fantastic.
Beautifully shot.
Fantastic. You see that thing in IMAX and you see some of the shots in that thing are incredible.
Wild.
And I vote that we make these though until Tom Cruise dies.
Yeah,
like he's got it.
He's got to die.
And I want it kept in the movie. Yes. I want to see it happen.
Yep.
We can eulogize him during it. But I think we should just keep making these Mission Impossible movies until
forever.
Forever. Because he's a fucking android.
Yeah. AI will be advanced enough at that point to where we can just make Mission Impossibles. We'll just type in the script.
You think Elon is a big fan of Tom Cruise? Do you think he would devote resources to keeping Cruise alive for an infinite amount of time?
I don't think Tom Cruise was around in 1930s Germany, so I don't think Elon.
Somebody asked. If anybody knows Elon, somebody ask him.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Musk, would you please preserve the Lord and Savior Mr. Cruise? We would like that. We keep him around. I like to watch him run.
Put him on ice.
Yeah.
He'll be around.
Yeah. I think that was it for trailers that I had. I think that was pretty much it.
Final Reckoning.
What did you watch lately? Did you watch anything good?
So I've seen Paddington in Peru.
Yeah?
I'm a big fan of Paddington 2.
Oh my gosh.
Greatest movie of all time.
How many times we used to argue back in the day over this Paddington 2 because
it's been 8 years.
How could you possibly
We've known
each
other for 9 years, and 8 years has been me telling you to watch Paddington.
And it's good.
2.
I watched it. It is really good. I will admit it's really good.
In history.
I would say it is an objectively fantastic movie. It is not the best movie I've ever seen in my entire life. It's not Lucky Number 11, but that's fine. That's fine. No,
Paddington in
Peru.
Correct. I did not expect it to have the expectations of Paddington 1 and 2 because Paul King, the director, was no longer directing the third one. Was it still entertaining and charming? Absolutely. It's still Paddington. How could you hate Paddington? Apparently someone did hate Paddington. There was a little statue of him on a bench that someone carved the front half off of. So someone out there hates Paddington, and I hope they're in prison for it now.
Yes.
Because
fuck a bunch of prison, just hang them.
Right.
Straight to the chair. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200, man.
Yeah.
I don't think you deserve due process. You harming the pad.
So yeah, this one delves more into his roots in Peru, and Antonio Banderas is very charming in it as a, I wouldn't say battled, but he's dealing with some things. His character, I don't want to spoil anything, but he does a great job. He puts forth a hell of a performance. So yeah, definitely check that one out. Okay. I wouldn't say pay for it, but check it out. Check it.
So if it's the greatest movie, it's sequel to the greatest movie of all time, but I shouldn't pay anybody money for it.
Yes. You had your chance to see Paddington 2 in theaters. I told you to see Paddington 2 in theaters. You could have supported their greatness, but yeah.
I'll buy a virtual copy and support the cause. Yeah, support the cause. Which guys, if you really do love movies, I highly recommend buying tickets, buying virtual copies, buying physical media. Buying the physical media is huge, man. If you want these companies to stay around and keep making movies the way that they make them now, go to your theater or purchase physical media.
And if you want your theaters to stay around, go to your theater.
Go to your theater.
You don't have to watch any movies. Just buy popcorn.
And I know that we're in kind of a dry spot for movies, but really, guys, go check it out. It's expensive, but if you can go to a matinee, it'll save you some money. It'll stay around, and it's an experience that means a lot to a lot of people. So I definitely recommend that.
100%.
Yep.
Other than that, just been watching Severance. So
me as well, but I'm like 2 weeks behind. So
Friday morning.
Can't spoil that one for me.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of? Just broad thoughts on season 2? Yeah.
First half was great. Second half, not too great. Not really good at all. A lot of people loved episode 7. Chikai Bardo, I think is the name.
Okay.
They all got weird names this season. So a lot of people loved that episode. It's have you seen, how far are you? You're up to...
I'm like 2 episodes behind you.
Okay,
probably.
yeah, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, I don't think I watched last week.
They start getting creative with the storytelling, and to me it just doesn't fit the same mold that season 1 had done so well.
I'm really struggling this
that
season.
World. Yeah, they're taking a lot of creative liberties. I'll just say that, and to me, it's not paying off. And yet, it could all be building somewhere, but do I feel like it's just filler most of the time now? Unfortunately, yeah. And with the pace that they were setting in the first half of the season, for season 2, I'm saying it was intense. It didn't waste any runtime, and now there's just 3 minutes of nothing. Yeah. Not even in a Lynchian sort of entertaining. Oh, this is a subversion. They're trying to. It's not saying anything.
The problem for me with Severance is where is this going? What are we doing?
Exactly.
So I watched your first season and that was intriguing, right? But I didn't wait years to watch your second season to not have any kind of clue as to what's going on.
Right.
Right. Like if this season would have come out 13, 14 months after the conclusion of season 1, okay.
It's been years.
It's been years.
Yeah.
So I'm not interested in just playing along with this, right? So I get maybe it's not for me. People are allowed to like different things, I guess.
Second half of the season, the characters just sort of stop being characters.
It's getting very rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this isn't the cool finished product that you guys presented us with season 1.
Right.
This feels sloppy. Why does this feel sloppy? You had way more than enough time.
Right. 3 years. 3 years. Well, look at what else we saw. You're all caught up on House of the Dragon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Season 2, awful.
Yeah.
Awful. Season 1 was great. Same thing with the pace, where you're like, wait, they just skipped forward like 15 years? How could they? They can't do that.
Right.
But they did, and it worked, and everyone was fine with it. As soon as you get over it, you accept it, and you're like, all right, well, I'm glad they didn't waste all that time when nothing happened. And then Season 2 comes out, and what happens? Nothing. The entire season, nothing changed. Nothing changed.
I hate it. My brain's gonna explode.
You have...
This is TV in 2025.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah. It was rough. So, good news. Formula One is back.
One is back.
I
did not finish the Grand Prix yet. I don't want to know who won. I don't want to know. I've been avoiding the news. Don't want to see anything. It was cool.
From what you've seen,
I'm new to the F1 thing. This is my first time actually watching a race start to finish.
There's a lot of rookies on the grid this year.
Yeah?
A lot of rookies on the grid this year. So,
okay.
Isaac Hadjar.
The only name I recognized was Hamilton and Verstappen. Because, again, I don't...
Fernando Alonso?
I'm brand new. This is first race.
Yeah, Fernando Alonso's
his first race, unless you guys were mentioned by like Donut or something, I have no idea. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's exciting though.
Yeah.
You're getting into it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah, it's
I'll be able to understand you when you start going off about
it. I'm glad. Yeah. It's a really fun sport. Things constantly happening, almost like football, where there's tons of moves in the off season as well. So
yeah.
Yeah. Exciting stuff. So I'm thrilled. It's going to be.
What do you mean moves?
March
Do they like switch
December.
teams or switch sponsors or something?
So teams will change drivers or change.
So this isn't really necessarily like a NASCAR thing where it's more about like this guy is racing here. This,
right.
Yeah.
So it's up. If you want a good introduction into the sport, I'd say check out Netflix's Drive to Survive.
Okay.
Is
F1 co-ed like it is in the NASCAR?
No, I mean you could have female
but it just
drivers.
Doesn't
There
happen
just aren't
the same classifications.
Right now.
No.
Yeah. They're just not on the field.
Sounds
right
institutional to me, man.
Now.
Sounds.
They're even if there were women there, they would still all just be billionaire kids racing each other.
There is that. There is that. I'm looking around and I'm
like, gonna feel sorry for the billionaire daughter.
It's pouring rain, and I'm looking at this audience, and I'm like, I don't care. I know how much you guys spent to be here. It's okay. You'll be all right.
Go buy a $30 poncho. You'll be fine.
You're gonna be all right. I hope
great.
they charge $3,000 on site. You're gonna be okay. I promise.
Wash it down with some champagne. You'll be good.
Do you think it's good champagne, or do you think it's cheap swill marked up?
I don't care for champagne. So
no, me neither.
It's what's
Miller
the difference?
High Life.
Yeah.
The champagne
what's the difference?
Oh man. So yeah, F1, cool.
F1.
Can't wait for that season. That'll be pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
What did I watch? I watched Black Bag. I tried rewatching 24. You ever watch 24 back in the day?
I did not. I would watch the last 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Waiting for another show to come on.
What was after 24? Because I remember, I think it was before it was like American Idol, wasn't it? I think it was American Idol, and then it was 2024.
So I never watched American Idol.
Yeah, it was American Idol, and then it was like 24.
There was like a Love Island type show.
Yeah, I used to. My parents were like really into American Idol and really into 24. So I used to watch that a lot growing up. So my wife had never seen it.
Was on.
Yeah.
Watched that.
Yes, I tried rewatching this with my wife, and we got like 3 seasons in. It was just, I don't know.
It's a long way to be in.
It is a long way to be in. It's a long way to be in, but I don't know. Falls off a cliff after the first season.
Yeah.
So season 2 was pretty rough. Season 3 pretty rough. They're settling in. You just finally now get Chloe, who's like the second main character other than Kiefer Sutherland. It literally takes 3 seasons to get the second character in.
I mean, Elmo was like introduced.
People are
in
only
season
ever in
5
this
of
thing for
Sesame
like a couple
Street.
episodes at a time. They
Yeah.
whack people every couple
Yeah.
hours in this show anyway. So, it maybe it didn't age quite as well as Kiefer Sutherland.
Chief Keef.
Chief Keef. Penny Dreadful. I also started rewatching Penny Dreadful. You ever watch that?
I have not.
Oh man, that's another one. That's Eva Green, Josh
That's why I
Hartnett,
haven't watched it.
Rory, dude from Men. With Judge
yeah.
Buckley. Yeah, I never remember his last name. Anyway,
yeah,
it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Goes through all like the Victorian London horror stuffs, you Frankensteins, you vampires, you werewolves, you ghouls, and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
It's got Eva Green.
Some American horror.
She's super hot as always.
Yeah.
It's like American Horror Story, but if American Horror Story could show you all the fun things that like HBO Max can. So yeah, it's all right. It's pretty cool. I've been watching that. It's just it's hour-long episodes. Between work and this, I don't have a whole bunch of time.
Yeah.
So
doesn't stay fresh.
I'm trickling my way through that bad boy. I did rewatch Lucky Number 11 for the 10,007th time this week. Greatest movie of all time. Greatest movie of all time. Lucy Liu. Oh my God. Yes. Josh Hartnett in a towel. Extended periods of time. Yes.
So Robert Pattinson,
Hasidic
Josh Hartnett.
Jewish gangsters. Yes.
I just keep thinking of Snatch every time I try picturing a scene from Lucky Number 11.
It's pretty similar,
Yeah.
but it's got a better twist. But Lucky Number 11
I
has
don't
the best
even remember
twist.
the original plot, so I don't know the twist.
Oh my gosh. Oh. So, spoiler for a movie from 2006,
Yeah.
So, you spend the entire movie so far with Josh Hartnett.
I do
assuming
remember.
that
He's a fraud. He's not.
Yes,
the guy
they think
yeah.
that he is this guy who
Okay.
owes them all this money, and he insists that he is not, and he keeps getting dicked around by these two gangsters. And then you get to the final couple of minutes of this movie, and ta-da! I was here to kill all of you the entire time. I am sort of who you thought I was-ish, but not really. Oh man, yeah, the greatest murder.
Why didn't he just kill them?
Because you don't get any of the fun. He
Well,
kills
who cares
both of
about
their
the fun?
sons.
Be a
They
professional.
suffer. He ties them to
Be
the
a
chairs.
professional.
Hell no.
Get it done.
If he
get
just
out of
whacks
there.
him in the beginning,
Yeah.
you do not get the iconic. The two of you killed everything I ever loved. Fuck you both. And then kills him. It's fantastic.
He could have done
You,
that
you
at
get,
the
you
start.
get the scene.
He
You
could
get the
have
scene
let
of
him into
the
the
deaths
apartment.
of these two strong, proud, cowardly criminal men, dude. Like, and all of that, right? You get to see the two different reflections, the two gangsters. You get to watch the two reactions of those both suffering the same exact death from two different perspectives. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's the greatest movie of all
Get it
time.
over with.
It's
Just
the
kill him.
greatest thing. And you get Lucy Liu, who is like fully clothed
Yeah.
the entire time, and is still the most attracted I've ever been to a woman ever in a movie. Oh my gosh. Yeah. If you haven't seen Lucky Number 11, please go see it. I'm completely
If you
obsessed
saw
with
it and
this
just
movie.
forgot it.
Oh, go see it. 2006, Josh Hartnett. Oh my God. Oh, what a heartthrob, dude. Oh, he's the greatest. Man. Did you see any NFL trade deadline stuff this week?
Only saw the Cooper
Free
Kupp is
agency,
going
bro.
to Wisconsin, or not Wisconsin, Seattle.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I saw that.
He's gonna go not catch the ball from Sam Darnold after he did absolutely nothing last year. So Kupp, not Darnold. Darnold
Darnold
balled out last year, but
yeah. Up
but
until
Kupp
the
sat
last
there
2
and
weeks,
did
but,
nothing.
hey, yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, that's gonna be cool. But them Bears building that offensive line. We're going to the Super Bowl.
I'm not
Go
a believer
Bears.
yet.
The Bears.
I'll believe it when
Oh,
we're
it's
there.
happening.
I'll believe it when we're there. I'm
Winner
not
of the
getting my hopes
offseason.
up.
Winner of the offseason 2 seasons in a row.
3 seasons every year. Our fans say, "Oh,
Perpetual
this
offseason winner.
could be-" Yeah.
It's happening.
Every year they say we're going to be better than 85. It's been 40 years.
In a microcosm, I bet
years.
we might have the potential to maybe one day do that. Maybe. Or maybe not.
I
I don't know.
know.
It was a different kind of ball back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Entirely different game.
Yeah.
So,
We should play Lamar ball on them. And, you know.
I mean, if
trade
we had
for
an
Lamar
offensive
Jackson.
line,
Who could we trade for Lamar Jackson?
who on the team is worth it? It would be
we trade everybody, dude.
Yeah,
you can have Jalen.
Yeah.
You can have Caleb.
Throw
that's
Cole
kind of a
Kmet
negative
in there.
anyway. Yeah, you can have Komet. Fine, sure,
Yeah.
whatever. He's worth like at least like a sixth. A sixth and a bag of balls.
We gave away Roquan Johnson
Roshan
Johnson.
Yeah.
We gave away Roquan Smith for nothing.
Nothing. Bag of balls.
Khalil Mack.
Yep.
We walked for nothing.
Yep.
Didn't give us anything after first year anyway, so hey.
No, now he's having a resurgence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they keep throwing money at him, yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
So money, right? You know.
That's a good motivation. Yeah.
Everybody likes a little bit of money.
Who doesn't?
So we had that. We had Justin Fields is going to revive his career, take the Jets to a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's gonna
The Jets have a great culture there.
Oh, dude. It's happening.
All right.
It's happening.
Like Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew. Oh, my God. I have to burn my Gardner Minshew jersey, man. He went to the Chiefs.
Oh.
I went to the Chiefs. I can't do it. That's like my go-to jersey, too, because, like,
God.
I don't have a million jerseys, but Minshew Mania, you know?
He's not even a scumbag. Why is he playing for the Chiefs?
Dude, we're going to find out some horrible things about Gardner Minshew next offseason. It's like...
Just keep a name on the Gardner Minshew. And
by August, Gardner Minshew's facing 8 felonies.
Yes.
Put this stuff on. We're Sportsbook. Call me right now. Come on.
If he's not already in county jail, then the accusers just haven't come forward yet. I guess it's one or the other.
I want to. Hey, could BetMGM give me an over/under on the speed that Gardner Minshew is traveling when he gets his DUI playing for the Chiefs? I also want some juice on the suspension too. Right? Okay, I will take this right now. Or you just send me an email,
BetMGM.
Okay? HollyDudes Media at gmail.com.
BetMGM, DraftKings.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know.
It's going down.
Yep. Where do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to go?
I think he should go into retirement.
I don't think he should go to the glue factory,
team?
pony boy.
Which team is going to look at this guy after what he did to the Jets and is going to say, yeah, that's a good investment? No one.
Are there any
Is he great?
NFL owners who are
Sure.
like really into ayahuasca or like darkness
I don't
retreats?
think
or
so.
Causing a bunch of
He
nonsense
might
for
try
a team?
just buying a team.
Go the Brady route.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Can you own and be the quarterback?
You know, if anyone is arrogant enough to try, it's Aaron Rodgers.
You know.
Yeah.
There's talk about, he's going to the Steelers, but Russell Wilson's still floating around too.
Right. Then they would have two old
Which
man
washed up
quarterbacks.
expensive guy would you like? I would like the cheaper of the two,
Yeah.
which would be Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
If I'm stuck with two of these aging guys who are not going to be able to
Not only
do all that
cheaper
they
of the two,
really
but
could.
just not a diva,
Who's
just
going to
someone
cause the
who's-
least amount of problems with the best cost to production ratio for me?
Yeah.
It's probably Russ.
Aaron Rodgers is at the bottom of that list.
Aaron Rodgers should just
Yeah.
get a full-time job working for Pat McAfee as like an unpaid intern.
Providing
You
the
can just
worst
hang out.
information possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
To his crew of yes men over there.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Yep.
Just yes men.
They're making it happen. They're making
Sure.
they're making the dreams happen, man.
Well,
You know.
they're doing a Khalil Mack style,
Yeah.
As long as the money keeps
As long
rolling
as,
in.
as long as the money's there. As long as the money's there. So, I'll do this till I'm 100 if people start paying me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll agree to live till 100.
I'll make it work. Yeah, why not?
I'll find a way.
Yeah.
Find a way. Anything else? Anything else we want to go over today?
That's basically it. We got football coming up any day now. Basically, the draft coming up next month. So
I'm waiting. Cam Ward's going number 1, I hear.
we'll see.
We'll see.
It's going to be a.
I hear the Bears
receiver
might
heavy-
get Ashton Jensen, which should be good. I think we need that. Excuse me. An Ashton Genty would be good. A nice like Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
It'd be good to open up the offense a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need because it's so freaking obvious what we're going to do every single play. Hey, I think they're going to run it to the right.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I think he's going to throw a screen pass 10 yards behind the line.
Go wait for it there.
Hey,
go wait.
What do you want to bet he's going to get sacked? And yep, your 3 seconds are up. Oh my God, it's 11 seconds and he's still going. Would you look at that little guy? And he's
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
Oh,
I got the White Sox too.
I'm so sorry for you. I can't do baseball. I prefer my men in tights to inflict violence on each other if they're standing out there.
Tim Anderson let someone inflict violence on him a few years ago.
You know, I'm not really into watching grown men handle their wooden shafts while wearing tights and playing with their little white balls, all right? So, it's just not really for me. You know, if you're into that sort of thing, baseball fans, you know, enjoy, handling your wooden shafts and little white balls. Enjoy. Yeah. Well, if we don't have anything else, I think that's going to do it for the HollyDudes Podcast today. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm sure this was awful. I'm sure you're going to unsubscribe and run away right now. But if you don't, or you feel like you actually did enjoy this that we did here today, please feel free to like and subscribe, share it to your friends, all that sort of stuff. I'm also on Facebook at HollyDudes there. We'll be around hopefully next week. What are we thinking about next week?
What comes out this week?
What does come out this week? I think was it
Snow White and something else.
Oh God, movies this week was Snow White. Snow White. When does The Amateur come out?
The what?
The Amateur with Rami Malek.
I have not even heard of that.
You have heard of that because it advertised at our movie last night. You have totally heard of that.
The Amateur?
It did.
No.
It did.
No.
It did.
No.
We were there.
Wait, hold on. Where's your notes? This is for...
It's with Rami Malek and his wife dies, and he's like a little like analyst or whatever. And
this
he's
did not... No, it's not in your notes at all.
They didn't write it down because I'd already seen it 3 times.
It did not
It did happen.
Dude. I'm telling you, I've never heard of this.
It happened. Yeah. Rami Malek. Yep.
Reviews.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to see something. It'll probably be some junk, and I'll post what it's going to be later in the week. So, fingers crossed. Maybe we'll see one good one and one shit one every week.
That'd be good. I'd be okay with that. 50% is passing, right?
50% is in the state of Illinois. I think is passing actually.
No Child Left Behind. No movie.
Never. We would never leave those kids behind. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. Not while our taxpayers are suffering for it. Absolutely not. But thank you guys for joining us. Stay tuned. I will, like I said, post the updates for when our next podcast will be and what it's going to be. And I'll keep you guys updated. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining.
See you.